Good to see you, mate. How have things been since the weekend? You're building up a little bit of momentum, aren't you, at the moment?
Hi Ali, how you doing? Yeah, we are. So started off a good result and building on that. It was a great performance away to Middlesbrough. The lads in real buoyant mood and confident at the moment. You can see that from the performance.
Was that the first thing that you and Dean tried to work on? Was just to reinstill a bit of confidence?
I think it's just the important thing is the performance has been improving, and to get that complete performance against Hull and get the goals at the right times, and it was just nice to get that win the performance deserved, and then to build on top of that.
Have you noticed a change around the players and their sort of confidence levels as a result?
Yeah, well, I think the shackles are off now. There was no pressure after the defeat to Cardiff to kind of get in the top six. So the pressure was off the players a little bit, and we just encouraged them to be the best versions of themselves, to get on the ball and play our football and play our style. And it's nice to see that come out. But obviously, you've got to do the basics and do the fundamentals, like you've seen against Middlesbrough. Defend the box really well and be organised, hard working, and then go and express yourself off the back of that. And it's just nice that we're taking the chances now and creating a lot more.
Ironically, by winning those two games, you almost put yourself back in the mix again now. So, what is the message to the players now?
Yeah, the message is win the next game. We've got to look at it one game at a time. And I know it's the old cliche, but it's so important. Stoke are fighting for their lives, and it's going to be a difficult game. They had a good result against Birmingham on Sunday, so we know what to expect. But it's important we concentrate on our performance and keep building our momentum to keep building on the wins and doing what we do well.
Do you think it was purely the fact that perhaps the pressure was off that helped produce those two performances?
I think there's a lot of factors going into that. And I think it just all come together nicely, and it was good to get the win. I mean, from the start, a lockdown, the boys have been training excellent. Just maybe in the games, not had the luck or the little breaks when we've been on top in games. And then when that comes and you get that win, it builds confidence and builds momentum and belief. So the lads are playing with our confidence, and like I said, that they're encouraged to go and be creative and be the best version of themselves and go and show their talent.
Yeah, I appreciate you're taking one game at a time, but were you to win your remaining three games, do you think you got a shot at the top six still?
Yeah, we don't want to look too far ahead. We've got to concentrate on the next game, and that's the real clear focus for us. And that's what we've done well. So to build on the performance against Middlesbrough and take all the positives from that and then go again. Can we up the level again against Stoke? As I say, they'll be fighting for their life. So there's no easy games in the Championship, as you've seen. Results even just the last week, how quickly things change. So it's important we concentrate on the performance and what we can control. And then if we put in the performance we know we can do, then the result hopefully takes care of itself.
So I don't know if you saw a really interesting statistic this week saying there isn't a single club in the Championship yet that knows which division it will be playing in next year. And that kind of sums it up, really, doesn't it?
And that's the beauty of the Championship. Yeah, I saw that table, Ali. It was interesting reading. Still 7 or 8 that can get in the playoffs. Still a few that can go down. That makes it such a great league, and it's great to be a part of that. And ultimately, we've got to focus on our job, and our job's to win the next game against Stoke here at home and put on a show for the fans at home. I'm sure they've been encouraged with the last two performances and two results. So we've got to keep building on that and put in a performance to win the game.
Normally, when you're in a match, you get feedback from the crowd as to how they think the team's played, that sort of thing. Because there is no crowd, how is that relationship now? How are you hearing about things?
Yeah, well, social media, the lads are all on social media now. That's the way it is now in society. And we know the fans are behind us. We get great support, different messages and letters sent into the club and cards and stuff like that. So we know the fans are fully behind us, and we appreciate the support, and we're just trying to finish as strongly as we can. 3 games left. who knows what else is left after that if we do well enough. So it's important we focus on Stoke and we take care of business and we do our jobs and get a result.
And has your role changed over the last 11 days or so? Have you had to do extra work now?
No, my role stayed the same. It was obviously disappointing and saddened that Lee lost his job. A good friend of mine, done an excellent job here, poured his heart and soul into the club. And I'm sure Lee will go on to get another job elsewhere. Great young British manager that's done excellent. Over the 10 years being involved as a player and as a manager, head coach here, brought the club over the last 4 or 5 years to new levels. And unfortunately, lost his job. But my role hasn't changed. I'll be professional as ever and do my job to the best I can and support Dino. And as I say, my job's not changed.
And we're in this sort of limbo at the moment, not knowing who will be in charge of the team in the future. How much information are you being given about that process?
No, that's up to the board of directors and Steve and Mark Ashton to do that. It's not something we look at. As I say, we're employed to get the best out of the players as coaches, to pick a team and to win games. So again, we are fully professional, do our jobs day in, day out, and get the best out of the lads to get performance on the pitch, to show the fans what we're capable of doing and to win games.
But clearly, in whatever capacity, you want to be involved in the future of the club, don't you, I guess?
Yeah, of course, I love the club. I got great rapport with the fans, and over the last 4 years, I've really enjoyed my role. I love working with the players every day. As I say, it's something I'd love to do and stay on, but I can't control that, and ultimately it's up to the club what they do. But for me, nothing's changed. I'll do my job 100% day in, day out, and support Dido and the rest of the staff. And the staff are doing an amazing job at the moment.
And just finally from me, can you give us any sort of update on the injuries that were picked up at the weekend?
Yeah, a few little knocks and niggles. Obviously, Bennett he pulled out on Saturday morning. He was ill. It was good to see him back on the pitch today, doing a bit of running. Pedro Pereira's come along nicely. He joined in the last 2 days. And a few of the players, little knocks and niggles, but they're all good. So.
Yeah, Jamie Patterson was, I guess, the key one we saw sort of hobbling around after. How's he?
Yeah, Pat, we're just monitoring that. And we'll see how he is in the next 24 hours before the game.
Cool. That's it from me, mate. Good to see you.
Thanks, Ali. Good to see you.
Go well tomorrow.
Cheers. Sorry, Greg, I can't hear you.
Sorry, Macca, I think that should be better. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Said that with a smile. Just a couple of questions from me, because I think Ali's asked all the good stuff there. How much has the 3-5-2 helped over the last 2 games? And do you feel that Bristol City maybe do really suit that formation?
Well, it was something the 3-5-2 we worked with before at the start of the season. And different things, change of formation, change of system, was injuries, suspensions, loss of form, lack of confidence, different things like that. So you can talk too much about formations and stuff like that, but ultimately it's 11 players against 11 players on the pitch, and the lads performing and producing what they can do. They're all talented players. They've been brought to a championship club, and us, because they're very good players, and it's up to us as coaches to get the best out of them and then to put them together as a team on the pitch and get the best out of them. So the lads have been showing that recently, and whether it's down to change of tactics, formation, whatever it is, it's just about confidence. Confidence is a massive thing. You ask any player. When they're confident and when you're winning games, the game comes easy. So I think it's mostly down to that, really.
Has Dean Holden changed many things over the last 2 games, and hasn't he been using a couple of guys from looking up high? Ashley Williams was doing that, wasn't he, against Hull, I think, and wasn't Brian Tinnion in the stands for Middlesbrough?
Yeah, we brought in Brian Tinnion, who's been in our office for the last 4 or 5 years. Brian's a legend at the club. We sit with him every day in the office. He's a wealth of knowledge and his understanding of the game is fantastic. So was obviously with the gaffer leaving and a few other staff not being here. We just felt we're a bit short on staff, and bringing that experience and Tins in, it's been invaluable, really. He's a great guy, and we got on really well. And then Ash, obviously, he's suspended, so we just asked him to kind of overlook a few things, and he's done that. So Ash is a player first and foremost, but we do respect him and ultimately values his contribution tactically.
Could you see Ashley Williams becoming a coach, maybe even a manager in the future?
Yeah, I think it's something that Ash is looking into, but ultimately wants to focus on playing first and foremost, and he's desperate to get back in the team. He's a great character. He's been good for us and the players. So you need to ask that question, really.
Yeah, sure. Could Casey Palmer be involved on Wednesday night?
Casey's back doing a bit of fitness work, so he was on the grass doing a bit of running, which was good news. He just had a little pocket of fluid in his thigh that he had to get drained. So we'll just keep monitoring that and hopefully keeps progressing.
Just finally from myself, I just wondered what you made of Zach Viner as a former fullback yourself. And Zach's come back from Aberdeen and he's put in a couple of good shifts, hasn't he, for Bristol City down the right flank there. What have you made of him?
Yeah, Zach's a joy to work with every day. Eager to learn, eager to improve. And since we came back, the kind of mini pre-season we had, he's played in numerous different positions, but he's really stood out in training. He's looked excellent. He's been like deep line midfielder. He's played right back in a 4, right wing back in a 5, right centre half in a 3. He's a talented youngster. He's got good experience being out at Aberdeen and other clubs he's been at. So, yeah, I think he's come in and done excellent, and it's good to see that.
Cheers, Macca. Good luck for Wednesday.
Thanks, Gregor. Cheers.